Hello there, friends and followers, and welcome to this Explain 11 live stream. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for tonight's show, and today we are flying no other than the Q4XP, the Dash 8 Q400, one of my absolute favorite aircraft ever for any flight sim is the Dash 8 Q400. It used to be my absolute favorite in P3D, the Majestic software Dash 8, and now this is my absolute favorite aircraft, the Dash 8 by FlyJSim. Want to welcome you all to the stream. Chicago Skyhawk, welcome. Pav Nav, hello my friend. Great to have you with us today. And we've got Cornella. Hello, my friend, and welcome. Amari, hello, my friend. Stan, hello, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Philly Zoe, welcome. I do love this plane as well, Philly Zoe. It's just absolutely phenomenal plane, and the rendition by the plane from FlyJSim adds to it. It's just really very detailed aircraft. It looks good, it feels good, it flies great. So, today, just a little bit about our flight today. We're going to be flying from Newcastle to East Midlands in the UK. I have been receiving requests to do flights during nighttime, and so it is kind of close to nighttime in the UK, of course, in the sim. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be departing Newcastle runway 25 through the Gurley 1 Yankee departure, through the Gurley transition. We are then going to take airway Papa 18 through Goscow, and then Papa 16 through Croft, and then it's the Roca 1 Bravo star into East Midlands, ILS runway 27. We are going to be cruising at 19,000 feet, and we are going to be transporting 62 passengers. Our cargo is 1,647 kilos of cargo, and we are carrying about 2,300 kilos of fuel today. So without further ado, let's get started. And at Brand, hello my friend, and welcome. Tam B242, welcome my friend. Glad, am I not on Twitch anymore? So I am alternating. Unfortunately, my fan base is really on YouTube, and doing it on Twitch is not always the best thing. But I will be multi-streaming as soon as I get that. Antonio, how are you, my friend? Glad to have you with us tonight. As soon as I'm able to multi-stream efficiently, I will be streaming live both to YouTube and Twitch. So, we are at Newcastle, and as it is always the case, folks, if you are interested in the airport scenery, you can type in exclamation DEP and exclamation ARR for the links to the airports. This is a beautiful rendition by Orbex of Newcastle Airport, and of course I use England, True Earth England for Explain by Orbex. I have all the regions from Orbex for Explain 11. So let's hop into the cockpit, and we are going to get things started here by setting up our payload and all the good stuff here. So we are going to go to the payload status page, and we are going to say select load, and we're going to enter the number of passengers, which is today 62. And we're going to hit enter there. Then we're going to go to the total cargo and just type in the cargo 1647. Approximately 1 hour, and it's actually the flight time is about 40. We're just going to say 55. Oops. We're just going to say 55 there. 55. And total fuel today is 2,238. So we're going to approximate this to 2,400. and enter, and then we're going to go and enter the zero fuel today, which is 24308. 24308. Changes things around, but that's okay. Looks good to me. Load summary, everything looks good. Confirm the load and start loading. We're going to let the aircraft do its thing now, and we're going to see the fuel truck is going to arrive momentarily and begin refueling the aircraft. And shortly thereafter, we'll see the passengers also boarding the aircraft. In the meantime, we'll start setting things up, and I'm going to follow the correct pilot or the Dash 8 pilot procedure for the startup today. In the beginning, so when the pilot actually enters the cockpit into the cold and dark cockpit, the first thing they do is they start these batteries here: standby battery, auxiliary, main battery, and the battery master. And then we are interested in the engine and electrical displays. So we're going to turn those on before we do anything else. So there we go. And the electrical display. Now, in real life, the APU is probably the most commonly used way to supply the aircraft with electrical power, and just from research I've came to know that external power isn't really used that much on the Dash 8. Parking brake, hello my friend. I'm on infinite flight and I'm currently about to fly from Newcastle to Southampton. Oh wow, that's great. That's really great. All right, so if we look here again at the electrical display, you'll see that the batteries are discharging, and it is important in the Dash 8 that you establish electrical power very quickly, as the batteries will discharge in about 10 to 15 minutes. So we're going to head over here to the overhead panel, and we're going to click on the power button, and now we can test the APU fire test. And as you can see, now everything works. We can see that the valve is closed. We can see the fire, and we can see the bottle armed, which everything checks okay. Now we can see that the fuel valve is now open, so we can go ahead and start the APU. 20 seconds later, we will be able to turn on the generator, and then we can continue with setting up the rest of the flight. In the meantime, we can do the engine fire test. Engine 2. Engine 1, and we're also going to do the baggage compartment. As you know, the after baggage compartment, which is the one in the back, has got 2 smoke detectors, and that's why you have 1 and 2. But the front, the forward baggage compartment is quite small, and so we've got only 1 smoke detector, and everything checks okay. You can see now that the generator can be turned on. 20 seconds have elapsed, and we are now able to turn on the generator and turn on the bleed air. We're going to turn on the recirc fan, and now supplying some conditioned air to the cabin. Perfect. We're going to work our way down here, and we are going to turn on the non-smoking sign. We'll wait for the fasten seatbelt sign, as the aircraft is currently being fueled. So we'll leave that alone. Position lights are turned on, and everything, emergency lights are armed. And then we're going to work our way down here. And now, of course, we can turn on the rest of the displays. So let's go here. There we go. And on this side as well, let's go ahead and turn on our UNS or FMS devices, and we're going to turn on our radios as well. Radios are now turned on. Perfect. Why don't you use the external power? I'm not sure, Rand, but this is what I've heard. I've heard that you know, I've heard that they seldom use it, that they actually prefer to bring up the APU, although from a, you know, economy of scale perspective, you know, it's cheaper to use external power. But maybe airports are not equipped with external power, and that's why they use the APU. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we're good there, and we have now the FMS ready for programming. Let me bring it back here. All right, so here is, we're going to accept that, and we are going to go straight to the flight plan. As you can see, this is Echo Golf November Tango, which is Newcastle, and then we're going to select Echo Golf November X-Ray, which is East Midlands Airport, and then we are going to select the departure. So we're going to go to the menu and we're going to select depart. We are departing runway 25, so we're going to enter number 2, and then it is through the Gurley 1. Let me check here real quick on the flight plan. And it is the Gurley 1 Yankee, so it's number 1, and enter that, and then we go back to the flight plan, and all is good here. We're going to delete this one, and then from the Gurley we're going to go to Papa 18. So we are going to select, make sure that this is selected, not the Gurley, not number 5, but this one is selected here. And then we're going to go to list, and we're going to select the airways, and we can see now Papa 18. So that's number 1. And the exit from Papa 18 is at Glasgow. We're going to go to the next page, and Glasgow is number 2. And we're going to select that. And then we are going to go to list again. And we are going to go to airways, and now it's Papa 16, which is number 1, and we are going to exit at Croft, which is number 2, and then it is East Midlands, so we're going to select the menu here again and select arrival. We are arriving runway 27, that's number 2. And we are going to do so through the Roca 1 Bravo Star, which is number 4. And we're going to enter that, and we're doing an ILS runway 27 at East Midlands. That's number 1. And enter that, and it's through the Roca transition, which is number 3. And we enter that. And we are all set now in terms of our flight plan. We're just going to make sure that there are no discontinuities here. There are a few funny things we'll see along the way, but we will deal with those as we approach East Midlands. And now we have everything set up here in the FMS. Next up, we're going to go to the fuel, and we're going to enter the information here. And we're going to go back to our zero fuel. And we're going to enter 24308, 24308. Enter that. Fuel on board is 2400. And we are good. Let's go to the message and see database expired. That's okay. It's actually okay. We have the latest AIRAC database, but it keeps telling me that it's expired. But we are good, and that is pretty much it for the FMC or the UNS device here. If we go back to the flight plan, all is good. We're going to come back here, and we're going to accept and master fill from FMS1, and we're going to wait for the cross-fill to complete, which it now is ready, and we have the VNAV path here. We're going to leave that there. Let's check the message again. All right, so it's going to continue to tell us that all right. So all is good here, and it's kind of getting dark here, so we're going to get some lights inside the cockpit momentarily. Everything's looking good here. And let's see how we're doing here. We have the fuel is done, the bags are loading, passengers are boarding. So we're going to do a fast load in just a minute. And let's see here. Blue Max 717, hello, my friend. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Zentus, hello, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. All right. So we're going to go and use fast load here, and really nice feature here. You can just put, hover over the passengers and it'll give you the name, the age, the gender, the seat, which is really cool. All right, so all is ready now, and we are ready to start the aircraft and push out of our position. So we're going to head over to the overhead panel. And we're going to turn on these pitos. The pilot side window heat is on. And we can now turn the fasten seatbelt sign on as well. And we are good to go. Perfect. We're going to get pushback truck. But first, we are going to set the altitude to 19,000 feet, which is our cruise altitude today for this flight. Once you get used to the Dash 8, it's actually quite simple to operate and fly, and it's really fun aircraft to fly. And let's make sure that we set this to FMS1 and the nav source on the other side to FMS1. That's all done. And electrical power, as you can see now, everything is charging, so everything is good. I'm going to change this back to nav now, and we're going to use this for our flight. And we're going to make sure the GWS is on 10, and now we are pretty much good to go. We're going to go to TCAS, and we'll just leave it there. By the way, if you want to know a lot more about the radio here, you can watch my previous stream where I go into detail. It was more of a tutorial style flight that I've done, and so I talk a little more in depth on the aircraft systems. So if you're interested in that, you can head over to my previous stream on the Q4XP. All right, so that needs to go on taxi. That needs to be fixed because normally when you enter the Dash 8 on a cold and dark cockpit, this should be on taxi. For some reason, it's on flight, and you cannot put it on taxi unless power is established to the aircraft, but that's a bug. I hope the guys at FlyJSim would correct, in the next update. All right, so the altitude is set. We're going to make sure Alt select is selected, and everything else looks good here. All right, we're good to start now. So we're going to call the pushback truck.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, tow is driving up. Let's take a look here. Just look at this beauty. What a beauty of an aircraft. All right, let's see here. Everything looks good here. All right. Hey, Peter, how are you doing, my friend? Bluemax says, I've been stuck on MSFS, but with these streams make me miss the study level airplanes and X-plane. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, we're going to set heading.
All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
To 250. Actually, we could have gone the other way. It's probably easier. Faster. We'll set this to runway heading 250. There we go, 250 set. Aircraft's being lifted. Gotta love those engines.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, we can release the parking brake now.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, folks, we have received clearance to start the engines. So we are going to start with the engine number 2 first. All right. Start and feather. Engine number 2. There we go, and that's engine number 2 starting now. Gotta love those sounds. And we're good to start the engine number 1 now. So we are going to do the same thing. We're going to come here, select engine number 1, and start. Right, start and feather. All right, and we can now put the, there we go. Perfect. One of my favorite AC was the Cherokee 140 that I bought on Q8's recommendation some 7 to 8 years ago.
Operation complete.
Wow, it's, you know, it's funny that you mentioned this, Rand. I downloaded the aircraft just a few days ago, and I was fiddling around with it, and it's just really great. Let's set the parking brake.
Disconnecting tow, stand by.
All right. While the tow is being disconnected, we're going to set our flaps to flaps 5, and we are going to, let's see here. We need to disconnect the APU, so we no longer need the APU. We're going to make sure the bleeds are on, and bleed air, generator, and power is all turned off. We're not going to set this on normal yet. We'll leave this on minimum for takeoff. And let's see here. Collision lights should go on red. Taxi lights are turned on. And that's it, really.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right. All right, I think we need some lights. So let me just brighten things up here in the cockpit. And we can use this one here. How about that? Yeah. All right. Next thing up, we're going to turn on the auxiliary fuel pumps. We're going to select auto feather as well for our departure. And we're going to turn on the hydraulic control systems, both the standby hydraulic and the PTU control on for departure. And now the only thing remaining is we want to set our speeds. So as a quick look, of course, I do have the Majestic software sheets that I use. And for this flight, we need V1. What did I do? I just messed up the I just messed up our altimeter. Well, we still need the altimeter. So QNH is 1022. So let's set it here first. 1022. All right, and we're going to set it up here as well. All right, that is done. And now for our speeds, it's going to be 125 for V1, 125. V rotate is 125. V2 is 128. And then we are going to enter 180. And 230. All right, let's see here. All right. All right, our speeds are selected, flaps are set, and we are good to go. We're going to release the parking brake and head over to runway 25 for departure. I'm going to leave the control lock for the time being until we are ready to go. All right, here we go. What did I do? There we go. Parking brake released, and we're good to go. We need one more thing, which is the steering. There we go. And now we're talking. I just absolutely adore the cockpit of the Dash 8. The lighting, the night lighting is done quite well, which really makes this aircraft a very immersive aircraft. Simon, hello, my friend. Portuguese subtitles. I will definitely consider it, my friend. I love departing out of Newcastle, and specifically this scenery by Orbx is done really, really well. And it's going to be a long taxi to runway 25. And here's a look at this absolutely phenomenal Dash 8 Q400 by FlyJSim Q4XP 11. I think there is an aircraft on the taxiway ahead of us. Brilliant aircraft, really. And of course, there has been really a plethora of study-level aircraft for X-Plane 11 in the last year, and beginning of this year, we've seen the I-9 build, the Dash 8 Q400 by FlyJSim, and the single most detailed of them all is probably the Challenger 650 by Hotstart. I haven't quite seen anything so detailed, and the recent update also brings additional features, additional details. Just what an aircraft, and I don't think that there is anything that's going to surpass the Challenger 650, at least not in the foreseeable future. And it really does set the bar very high in terms of study level, the term study level. I think we use it in different contexts, and it means different things to different people. but it is by far the most detailed aircraft ever created for any flight sim platform. The Challenger 650 by Hotstart. Alex, hello my friend, good evening. Adrian, hello my friend, and welcome. Johan Janning, hello my friend, and welcome. Oh, happy flying my friend. And we have a new subscriber, Team Fresh. Welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel, my friend. Appreciate your support. Yeah, there's definitely an aircraft ahead of us, so they're going to be first for takeoff, and we're going to follow right after their departure. And I tell you guys, I am very excited about X-Plane 12, and having watched the trailer of the A330 and all the good stuff that Laminar has been talking about, it should really change things yet again in the flight sim world. So I'm quite excited and waiting for it, really. Good evening, Michelle from France. Hello, my friend. Welcome. Viseth, Link, hello, my friend. You're taxiing. Is your taxi lights on? Yes, sir. They are definitely on. There you go. Those are the taxi lights. They don't really show that much. I think it's due to the night mod, the light mod that I use, which makes things a little difficult to see sometimes in certain situations. And we're going to hold short and configure our aircraft for departure. All right, let's bring the aircraft to. You can see now as I turn. When I turn the, you can see the light moving now, the taxi light, and it turns with the nose wheel, which is really cool. And they've done this very well, the guys at FlyJSim. All right, so landing lights are turned on, and the exterior lights, we're going to go to the white anti-collision, and down here we are going to remove the control lock. And we are going to do that. All right, so this is done now. Okay, anything else we need to do before takeoff checklist? Everything is in check. And we are good to go. All right, let's take a look here. No incoming. All right, let's release parking brake and line up.
Approaching 25.
All right, folks, we are at runway 25. We are cleared for takeoff. So let's go. Try to keep it on the center line there. And we're going to rotate at about 125. B1 and rotate. Woo. Some wind there. Positive rate, gear is going up. Right, and crack the flaps. 1,000 feet above ground. We can retard the props to 900. And continue the climb. Begin our turn to the left. Beautiful departure out of Newcastle. Right, here we go. Looking good. And what we can do now is your damper is on autopilot. And we have alt select. And IAS. There we go. And now we're going to climb to our cruise altitude of 19,000 feet. The transition altitude is 6,000. And we need, by the way, nav. There we go. LNAV is engaged. And after takeoff checklist. So, first thing we need to do is we no longer need the auxiliary fuel pumps. Auto feather can go off. And we can also turn off the PTU control and standby hydraulics. And all is looking good. Alright, altimeter setting, barrel reference set to standard. We continue our climb now to our cruise altitude. Sven, hello from Germany. Welcome, my friend, and welcome. Hello, Stan. I think there was a question. Your voice sounds better, by the way. Hi from the UK. Hey, Gary, how are you doing, my friend? Yeah, I am feeling a little better today. Yeah, I haven't been feeling well for this, for the last couple of days. It was a rough week for me at work as well. It wasn't very difficult. We've had the end-year appraisals for our employees, so it was a bit of a rough time. And we had to set the objectives and all that for 2022. So yeah, things have been quite busy with all the issues and all the BAUs as well. All right, we're approaching 10,000 feet, folks. So we are going to kill the landing lights. Landing lights are off. Taxi light is off, and the rest of the lights can remain. Everything looks good. All the aircraft systems are operational per design intent. Here's the 10,000 feet mark. And here are how things are looking in the outside. Now, I'm not sure why a lot of you guys have been asking to do a flight at night. But yeah, I am fulfilling the request of many who wanted me to fly this aircraft during nighttime. So that's what we're doing today. I personally prefer to fly around dusk, so set the time to about 4 or 3:30 local time, and you arrive at dusk rather than having everything pitch dark, because you don't really get to enjoy the scenery. But yeah, this is based on the request of many. Streamlabs, sorry, I didn't know. Brian, hello, my friend. Thank you very much for your wishes. Appreciate it. If you go to the back of the aircraft in overlockers, there's a small plane. Click on it, and it will end up your dash. End up on your dash. All right, let me change the, that's better, so we can see what's ahead of us now. And we can release the passengers as well. All right, so if we look at the, if we look at our arrival into East Midlands, it's going to be ILS runway 27, and the ILS frequency is 109.35. So I'm going to go ahead and set those right now. 109.35 is already set here and set over here, so we're good there. And we'll worry about the approach course once we are closer to our destination. We continue to climb steadily now, and about 4,000 feet, 3,000 feet to go. Q8 pilot, I'm sorry, I don't understand. The only two spoken languages are English and Arabic. I cannot speak any other language, unfortunately. So if you can translate, anyone can translate this to English, I will be grateful. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't speak. I'm not sure what this is. This Spanish? Por favor, I think it's Spanish, I'm not sure, but my apologies. And we have Thomas222. Welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel, my friend. Thank you for your support, I really appreciate it. And we continue to climb now to our final cruise altitude of 19,000 feet for our flight today. And let's take a look at our flight plan here real quick. So we are going to go flight plan. So we are at Ovabo. This is Gosco, and we are going to continue. So we need at MC at Mike Charlie Tango at 20,000, and then at Delta 152 Juliet 19. Then it's our descent. So at Rokup, which is the transition to our star, we need to be at 8,000. So we need to plan our descent right before that. Which, by the way, is this the this is the keyboard sign, kind of like the Challenger 650. All right, so we are now at our cruise altitude, and we are gonna set climb power, and we're gonna retard the props to minimum. And set power to cruise power. And we are now cruising at our final cruise altitude. And to tell you guys, things are quite dark now. but I absolutely adore the Dash 8 Q400 by FlyJSim. Please, could you reply to my comment that I will leave? Please, I will be very happy if you answer. I'm not sure what is your question. I'm sorry. Hi, with an ice cream watching your flight at 31 Celsius. He asked if you could answer his comment. And he speaks Portuguese. I will gladly answer your comment, but I'm not sure what your comment is. So if you can tell me what it is, I'll be more than happy to answer you, my friend. Alrighty. So we are now at 19,000 feet, cruising at about 230 knots, and things are looking pretty good. It's by the way, this is a short flight into East Midlands. It shouldn't take very long. We'll be at top of descent in no time. Go get the FlyJSim plane from the back. I'm not sure I follow what that means. Renegade 9, welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel, my friend. This aircraft has such a clearly laid out cockpit. Lovely piece of design by the manufacturer. Absolutely. Absolutely. Renegade 9, welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel, my friend. Thank you for your support. Appreciate your subscription to the channel. By the way, guys, if you want me to change the time to kind of appreciate a little bit the scenery, I'm more than happy to do so. Just let me know. But I know a lot of you guys wanted to do with the night flight, so hence, you know, we're flying during nighttime today. But if that's something you want me to do, I'll be more than happy to change the time a bit, and hopefully won't crash the sim. This aircraft has yeah. So if you guys want to take a look at the cabin, we can definitely do that. There we go. Here we go. Just a beautifully modeled passenger cabin as well. You can open all the overhead compartments. You can play with the you know, with the windscreens there. Just really an amazing aircraft. Very well developed, and the night lighting inside the passenger cabin is just phenomenal. Very, very accurate. And yeah, that's it. And we can look over this way now. Looks fantastic. We can see that the passenger side is now off as we've turned it off, but you can see the non-smoking sign is still turned on, and that's exactly what we have done in the cockpit. Yeah, I'm a friendly captain. I'm gonna leave the door open. That's okay. Yeah, just really beautiful texturing on this aircraft all around. I absolutely love it. And I had the pleasure of working with Jack on this aircraft, and I did the official trailer. It was a fun project. Now here we can turn on the lights. You can see how, let me just come over here. All right, so you can see here how the lights come on. Same thing here for the passenger cabin. How cool is that? Really, really cool. Right at the back, overhead locker. Open it, please. Huh. Oh, you guys want me to go to and open something. All right, I think we need to begin our descent shortly, but all right, let me do what you guys want me to do. All right, let's see if I can do this faster using X camera. Right, so this one, is this the locker? You want me to open this one? Benny, hello, my friend. Welcome and thank you for your support over the past 8 months, being a VVIP member. All right, so... All right, so I'm not sure what you guys want me to do now. We are back here. Ah! How cool! I didn't know that. That's very cool. Thanks, guys. Renegade 9, welcome to the VVIP membership, my friend. Thank you so very much for your support. Really, truly appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. All right, so if we take a look here at our flight plan, let's bring up the FMC. We can see that we are now flight plan. All right, we are at Crofts, and we need to begin our descent right after. So VGAR, we will begin our descent at VGAR. Now, if we go to VNAV and we go to VTO, we can't see it there, so not sure if it will work. But if I put 2 and hit enter, yeah, it says yeah, I'm not sure if that's gonna work, but we'll see. We can click on VNAV here. But yeah, it looks like we need to begin our descent, so I'm going to set the alright, let's begin. Let's see, I'll select. I'm going to set it to 8,000 initially, and for some reason we're going to begin the descent at about 800 feet. Let's actually go to 1,000 feet per minute. It's on your dash now. Oh, there it is. How cool. Let's see. I need to check what add-ons you use. You know, I thought of actually, because that's probably one of the top questions asked on the channel is what add-ons do I use? And I thought of just putting it in the description. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the default upload data or description, and I'm just going to add it there for you guys, because I know a lot of you have been asking about that. So yeah, I think it would make sense for me to just list down all the add-ons in every video description for you guys to see. So I promise you that I will be doing that moving forward. Renegade 9, thanks for your content. Q8, been watching for months now, but never realized that I wasn't subscribed. Well, thank you very much for your subscription and for being a member. I appreciate it very much. Really thank you for your support. I tell you guys, I do like to fly during nighttime, but I think it looks a whole lot better when you're able to actually see the ground textures. Oh God, what's going on with the frames? All right, so there are some funny things here that we're going to see in just a moment here. Once we reach, go to flight plan. So right here at next, so here at TNT, there's some funny things. So what we're going to do is we are going to fly direct to Rokup. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a moment here. There's like a triangle here of things happening, some weird things in this flight plan. I think we can, let's see here. Let's go back to 800 feet per minute. We don't want to be descending too fast. When is the next giveaway? The next giveaway is going to be exactly during my next stream, and could I ask what do you use for ground textures? I use, in this video, I'm using Orbex True Earth, England. And I've got all three regions of England, True Earth for X-Plane 11, and for any region that is not covered by Orbex, I'm using Short Final Global, SFD Global, Short Final Design Global, SFD Global, which I think is a great mesh replacement for X-Plane 11. Eero, hello from Russia. Hello, my friend. Welcome. Glad to have you with us on the stream. Yeah, glad you could make it. Please make yourself comfortable and enjoy the flight. We continue our descent now to, by the way, the final platform altitude at East Midlands for runway 27 is 2,000 feet. I'm going to check that real quick here and make sure that it is indeed 2,000 feet. Right, flight SimBrief. God, SimBrief is just an excellent tool. Right, East Midlands, approach 27, and indeed the platform altitude is 2,000 feet. Perfect. All right, so here's what I was talking about, guys. You see all this mess up here? Looks really strange, and all of the things are, you know, into each other. So what we're gonna do is, let's see here, next, this is the center fix, and then this is the center fix, final fix, and then this is the runway, all right? So what we're gonna do is we are gonna bypass, once we are at VGAR, we're gonna bypass all this mumbo jumbo here, and we're gonna go direct, we're fly direct. We're still looking good, 13,000 feet. You see this? All of this stuff here looks really, you know, tangled up. So we don't really need all of that, and we're just gonna go ahead and clear it. Nick, hello my friend, and welcome. Orbex GV textures are great, but I do wish their modeling of buildings was a little less generic. For VFR flying there. Makes my laptop melt down though. Yeah, I mean, I do agree probably. Rico, hello from Las Vegas, Nevada. Hello, my friend. Welcome. All right, so we're gonna fly direct to Delta 148K. So we're gonna go direct. And next, we're gonna go to number 17. So 17, enter that. There we go. And we are going to increase our rate of descent. And I'm going to reduce our speed as well. Let's put this away. We are not too far from our destination now. So you guys, do you want me to change the time for a better looking approach, or do you want me to keep it here at nighttime the way it is now? Either way, it's fine with me. I'm going to increase the rate of descent just a little more, and we're going to set this to 2,000 feet. Is set. We should be fine. We are a bit too high, but we should be okay. We still have quite a bit of, let's see, 27 nautical miles. Yeah, we should be just fine into the approach. Daytime. Sure, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the time just a little bit to about 16, 18 local time. And that should make for a really nice approach into our destination. Just look at that view, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, this looks beautiful. That is a screenshot material right there. All right, here's the runway, as you can see here. All right, 10,000. Let's turn on the landing lights. We don't need the storm lights anymore, so we'll turn those off. Hey Brian, how's it going? Depending on which direction we are flying now, about changing time. Yeah, this should give us a really nice approach into East Midlands, and at least you can see the textures. So previously it was pitch dark and we couldn't really see anything, but now at least we can see the sky. We can see this beautiful aircraft, the texturing and all that. You can see the beautiful Orbex textures down below in the beautiful United Kingdom. JB, hello my friend, welcome. Is SFD Global worth the money? In my view, it is worth the money, my friend. But if you are planning to purchase X-Plane 12, I would hold on the investment right now, simply because, you know, X-Plane 12 is around the corner, I feel, and I wouldn't want you to spend your money on something that might become obsolete with X-Plane 12. So if you're really itching and you want to get it, it's an awesome product, without a doubt. But you know, if you want to wait a little while for X-Plane 12, then I'd recommend that you wait and not invest too much in anything related to scenery at this point. I know that all the aircraft are going to be backward compatible and that they are going to work with both X-Plane 11 and X-Plane 12, at least the newer planes, and that's what developers have said. But all right, we're approaching the transition altitude in the UK, and the current altimeter setting at East Midlands is QNH is 1028. So we're going to set it here first, 1028, and that's 3036. All right, there we go. We can decrease the rate of descent to 1,000. And now you can see that we are getting pretty close to our destination. Let's keep the power here at about 190 knots. And decrease the rate of descent to 800 feet per minute. Should be sufficient. Give it a little more power. All right, so in order for our landing today, we are going to land with flaps full. So I'm going to set the GPWS to 35, and we're going to land with full flaps today. And we are pretty much good there. We're going to bring the props to maximum. We're going to turn on the hydraulics and the auxiliary fuel pumps. No need for the auto feather for landing. And we are looking good. We're going through some clouds. It's probably a good idea to turn on the engine anti-ice and the wing anti-ice as you go through the clouds. JV, I'm nervous about the system requirements for X-Plane 12 on my hardware 11 is already stretching it. Might be. What about buying new airports for X-Plane 11? Well, for now, I think you can go ahead and buy airports. I don't think there is an issue with buying airports. I just am not very sure if those will work from day one with X-Plane 12. I'm sure that there will be a time before they are made compatible with X-Plane 12. So by all means, yeah, I mean, if you want to purchase airports, those are probably they will probably be updated, and they will probably work out of the box again with Vulcan metal. But anything that is a texture replacement, I think will probably not work. So I wouldn't invest in weather add-ons or, you know, scenery, like anything to do with the shaders and things like that. I would stay away at this point until X-Plane 12 is released. All right, we are now approaching East Midlands, ladies and gentlemen. Here is a look at this beautiful aircraft, an external view. Beautiful everything, beautiful night lighting, just beautiful simulator all around. Now it's doing strange things. Now it's doing really strange things. I'm not sure what happened there.
2500.
But okay.
2500.
Just look at that, folks. Look at the beautiful night lighting here as we approach East Midlands Airport. Right, we're going to reduce our rate of descent to 500 feet per minute. And we are also reducing our speed. Our approach speed today is about 125 knots. And we're going to just let the aircraft begin descending. We can see the dot moving down now. So we are good. We need to be at 2,000. Right, let's decrease or zoom in. There we go. Perfect. We're looking good. Alright, so in preparation for a landing, we are going to move the props back to maximum. Actually, right here, 900. Prop 900, auxiliary fuel pumps are turned on. Standby PTU control is on. And we're going to begin now reducing our speed. Just as soon as we begin our right turn, we will begin reducing our speed. I am landing, yes Rico, I'm landing flaps 35 today. Right, let's begin reducing our speed. And we're going to begin now with flaps 5. Right, 2,000 feet, and we're going to maintain 2,000. And we're going to continue to reduce our speed now. And here's our turn. And let's reduce our speed to about 160 knots now. Speed check, flaps 10. I think it wants us to lower the landing gear. So I'm going to go ahead and lower the landing gear as well. And you can see the final fix right ahead of us. At 2,000, and that's East Midlands, that's the runway 27. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to switch to nav source to ILS and approach. There we go. Oop, our speed. All right, we're looking good now. We're aligning with the runway. Speed check. And flaps. All right, so one more. As soon as we align. I can see the localizer needle is moving slowly towards the center. And we are all good for landing at East Midlands runway 27. You can see the glide slope diamond now is moving down. We should have waited a little longer before lowering the landing gear, but that's okay. How long have you been flying simulators? Brian, I've been doing this for a very long time. All right, and speed check. Flaps 35. And we are now almost on the localizer and the glide slope. We're looking good, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful approach into East Midlands Airport here in the United Kingdom. And we are now on the glide slope. You can see GS is illuminated. We are almost on the localizer. Not quite. You can see the needle here as we are approaching the runway. We need to reduce our speed. We're looking good. Just really a beautiful approach. And at 1,000 feet, we will disconnect the autopilot. All right, here we go, and we can disconnect the autopilot now. Autopilot is disengaged, and my aircraft. I want to make sure the speed is, and then we're going to make very small corrections here.
Approaching 27.
We're a bit off the localizer. I want to make sure our speed is, I'm not sure what I've done.
$500.
500 feet.
Sync rate.
Oop, oop.
Hold up. Sync rate.
No,
Sync
no,
rate.
no, no, no.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Oh my God! Oh, whoa, whoa! Oh boy. What a disaster of a landing there. I'm not sure what happened. Oh man. I didn't want that to happen, guys. Really, I mean, I practiced for this landing a couple of times and I did it perfectly. Just don't know what happened there. All right. Well, Well, welcome to East Midlands in the United Kingdom. But that was really hard landing. And by the way, the settings I have for XP Realistic even makes things worse. But yeah, this was a. I think everyone is wasted on this flight. Yeah, it's my bad. It's not easy with this plane. Yeah, it is not. But I think I've done it quite perfectly a couple of times. I've flown this route just to practice for the stream, and I've done quite well on both flights. But this one, unfortunately, it always happens when you're streaming. So that's all right. We'll take a look at the replay just now. Sync rate sending too fast. Yeah, I guess so. Alrighty. Let's see here. All right, so let's take a look at the landing, which was terrible. There we go. By the way, what was the wind? We had 290-degree wind, 11 knots. 11 knots at 290 degrees. Ooh, look at that dip there. That's when it said sync rate. Then we tried to recover. It should have been a go-around for sure. Whoa, look at that. Wow. Yeah, it was unstable. So if we look back here again, just as we came into land, just look at that here. Yeah, wow. We probably killed, everyone's wasted on that flight. That must have been like 1,000 FPM or so. But, well, what to do? I honestly believe that we should have done a go-around. We should have given it full power, but that's my bad. Yeah, I don't think that we should have continued. We should have definitely gone around and made the turn back to the runway again. But nevertheless, folks, I hope that this was an enjoyable stream. And that's the wind. Yeah, it was definitely very strong, maybe wind shear. Yeah, it could be to idle power. Yeah, I actually never idled the power completely, but I think beyond a certain, when you reduce the power, it just really reduces. I used the honey yolk. Yes, that's right. Burger Pops, thank you very much. It was an enjoyable stream. Definitely enjoyed the interaction with you guys. Good night to you, Rand. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so very much, guys, for being with me tonight and for tuning in and watching the stream. I hope that it was an enjoyable stream, minus the really rough landing that we've had at the very end. And hopefully we'll work on, my piloting skills for the next stream. And hopefully we'll give you a better show next time. But until next time, please do take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. And a giveaway is coming on the channel. And it's going to be a big one next time, hopefully in a week's time or so. Again, folks, take care. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye for now.